A higher costs and poorer service. The useful is replaced with the useless. So the argument that the other side has been making, that capitalism is the cause of all these problems, is simply wrong. The data just doesn't support that. It's a false argument, and it's just simply wrong. Well, I have talked with many liberals and big government types over the years, and when you suggest to them that the answer to this nation's healthcare concerns is the marketplace, I mean, they literally look at you like you're from the planet Mars. I mean, they can't contemplate the idea of delivering healthcare through the marketplace. Yet we rely on the marketplace to deliver every other good and service imaginable in our society. I mean, let me ask the audience here: do you want the government to run your local muffler shop? No. I mean, do you want them to run your local pet store? No. Well, how about your local doctor's office? No. Of course, I kind of had a feeling you might say that. Yet today, Mr. Obama is asking us to double down on socialism. Well, when I go to the horse track, and occasionally I do, if I'm going to put a bet on a horse, that horse better have a good track record. Well, the track record of socialism and socialized medicine is the horse stumbles out of the gate and he doesn't finish the race. No, I am not certainly willing to double down on socialism, and nor should the American taxpayer. Instead of doubling down on the hand of socialism, we should double down on what Adam Smith called the hidden hand of the marketplace. We should double down on capitalism. Double down on capitalism and put the horse called socialism out to pasture where it belongs. So what's the first step to turn things around? Well, Mrs. Pelosi, you got to bring her up. She said 3 weeks after, 3 weeks after Obamacare was passed, she said that this was a gift. That this was a gift that the American people have been waiting for nearly 100 years. Now, that's to be expected from the elites in Washington. I mean, they think we need their gifts to survive. But what Nancy doesn't understand is that we have opened her wonderful gift. We have opened that gift, and we have come to the conclusion that that gift is broken, and it's a gift we don't want, and it's a gift that we didn't ask for. Now, when you receive a gift, say you get a gift from Walmart, if you receive a gift that you don't want and is defective and is broken and you didn't ask for it, what do you usually do with it?
Take it back.
That's right. You take it back, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to work hard to take back Nancy's gift. Now, the media says, well, plans like Obamacare are never repealed. Well, it's too big. We can't do that. Well, it will be repealed. It'll be repealed when this country either goes broke or we, the people, repeal it ourselves. And there is a precedence. There's a precedence for returning this bill for those who say it can't be done because it's too big. Don't listen to the media. In 1988, the Comprehensive Medicare Reform Act was passed, and it was a bill that greatly expanded the role of government in the healthcare sector. Let's call it a mini healthcare Obamacare bill. Well, 1 year later, that bill was repealed because American people were outraged, just as we're outraged today. But in order to return Nancy's gift, we're going to need new leaders in this country. Leaders who are willing to be honest with the American public. Candidates who offer actionable plans to roll back the threat of ever-expanding government. I mean, platitudes are simply no longer enough. We just can't say that we want to replace socialism with the marketplace. That's fine. That's excellent. We do, but that's not good enough. We have to move from platitudes to plans. And any healthcare reform should have the following 3 points at its center. One, that individuals, not the government, should be the key decision makers in this process. Number two, individuals should be able to buy and own their own insurance without being coerced or taxed by the federal government. And number three, individuals should have a wide range of choices. And unfortunately, they just don't have those kind of choices today. The ability to purchase insurance across state lines. That'll increase competition and lower costs, and that's a first place to start. And one thing you can do to start today, you can help Bill Bigelow. He said we got to sell these tickets. So let's get these raffle tickets sold, these 50-50 tickets. If you can buy one ticket, we'd appreciate it. If you can buy 100, that would be even better. And those funds will be used to do a couple things. They're going to be used to promote our ideas locally here, to educate people about these issues, because let's face it, the media doesn't do a very good job of it, and to support candidates that we, the Tea Party members, choose to support. Now, a candidate I have been very impressed with is a man named Rand Paul, a son of Ron Paul, running in the Senate in Kentucky. And let's not forget our local candidates. Tip O'Neill once said that all politics is local, and he's right. I have been impressed with Stephen R. Deutsch. He has a booth here tonight. If you don't know Stephen, I would encourage you to speak with him. He's running for county commission here in Charlotte County. He shares our vision of America, and he's a Tea Party supporter. So let's make this event a success. Let's buy those t-shirts and tickets. Let's put quality candidates into office like Rand Paul and Stephen Deutsch. Let's put them on our shoulders and carry them across the finish line this fall. Let's send a message. Let's send a message this election cycle to the power brokers and the special interests that we have had enough and that we can no longer simply be ignored. And we got to stay focused on these issues. If you have any questions, I'll certainly be here and more than happy to answer your questions. And I want to close this evening by telling you of a recent event that happened to me. I received a phone call in my office from a local reporter. I was in my office and my staff said, "You got a reporter that called from Englewood." Kind of surprised me. She said, "Do you mind if I ask you a few questions? I know you're running for, I know you're going to be at the local Tea Party and you're supporting Mr. Deutsch and you're going to be talking about Obamacare." And I said, "Of course not." And she asked us routine questions that you would expect to ask. One of the questions she asked in kind of a sarcastic tone is she said, "Who exactly is the Tea Party? And aren't they kind of just a bunch of wild dreamers?" Well, yeah, something you would expect. When I heard that, I first reminded her of those unknown soldiers, of the men and the boys who 235 years ago exchanged their pitchforks for muskets. And cold, hungry, poorly trained and equipped, they fought a superpower. Battle after battle, those men lost, yet they pushed on and miraculously defied the odds until they freed themselves from an oppressive and burdensome government. Well, they were the boys of Valley Forge, and oh, by the way, they were dreamers. They were the ultimate dreamers that founded this beautiful nation. And I went on to tell that reporter that the Tea Party is a movement comprised of salt-of-the-earth Americans who share the dreams of the boys of Valley Forge, who share the dreams of Jefferson, who dream simply of a future better than the history of the past, who wish to bequeath a free and prosperous nation to their children and their grandchildren. We Tea Party members, we're going to push forward. We too will defy the odds with the power of our voices and our ideas. And we will not tire. We will not yield until that dream, until that simple yet profound dream becomes a reality. Thank you.
Excuse me. First of all, I hate to tell you this, and I'm going to ask you to please not panic, but look at that sky. I'm not sure what's coming this way, but if it starts raining out there, we're going to get awful close up here because you guys are going to head for